In 2017, 4 F-15 Strike Eagles flew over the home football game in Notre Dame Stadium for the first time in 20 years. And since then, that flyover has made military flyovers a tradition here at the University of Notre Dame. Military flyovers have even been featured on the 2020 edition of The Shirt. I sat down with Air Force Captain and Notre Dame grad Trent McMullen to learn exactly how he brought this flyover back to Notre Dame. It looked seamless from the stands, but it wasn't quite. Here is this interview.
And the craziest part of that day was we finally get the green light from South Bend approach. We're on timing, and like we hit our point, our hold point, our push point, the exact right time. So all I have to do is I have to set the throttles for an exact speed, and we will fly over like at the exact second, the last beat of the flyover. It's super exact. I almost can let go of the airplane and let everyone else settle out around me so we look really good. And so we're going in and we look really good. And I'm like, this is going to be our best run yet. This is going to be fantastic. And South Bend approach says, we went with the call sign Irish that day. Irish 01, break off your run. There's a drone on your flight.
Oh my gosh.
So we're about 5 miles south of the stadium. We get this call and we're like, negative, like we can't break off. If we break off now, like the national anthem is already about 40% done. Like if we break off, it's over. Like it just sucks. And so like I'm having to make a safety of flight call like on the spot. So like do I like acknowledge that this is like a real threat? And so I asked for their altitude and the drone was at 500 feet. We're at 1,000 feet, which is enough clearance for us to feel like to safely proceed. So I decided to proceed with the flyover. And as the flight lead, I'm the only one looking forward. Everyone else is looking at me. And so like I'm using both my radar and my eyeballs and I'm just looking and just making sure we don't hit anything. I come to find out later that Colonel Juice like ran out to like South Bend police when he heard that. And they like put out like an all call to be like on the walkies, like if you see someone controlling a drone, tell them to land immediately. And they ended up getting it down before we even crossed the stadium. So like in 30 seconds, he was able to get South Bend police or the Notre Dame Stadium police, whoever was working that game, put an APV out to the parking lot and be like, anyone flying a drone, get it down now. And it came down. So whether it was actually someone like figuring it out or just by luck, that drone actually ended up landing before we got to the stadium.
Since 2017, military flyovers have become a valued tradition at Notre Dame and at its home football games. And I should add that Captain Trent McMullen has even been back to do a second flyover and enjoy a game from the stands.